outfits of all time. With their snow gear, with like Harry in the flashy gold, Lloyd with the big fuzzy boots. So it's all great.
Yes.
I don't know. It's just there's a wrestler. I don't know if anyone knows.
Tyler Breeze.
I
thought that
I'm
immediately.
Just like, did a young Tyler Breeze watch this movie and go, those boots?
You know he did. You know he fucking
those
did.
Are the boots.
You had to.
So they basically spend it all. I mean, they gotta go. They find out that that he's reading the paper. He goes, oh, there she is, Swanson. It was Swanson.
No, he didn't remember that it was Swanson. He's like, Swanson. Why didn't I remember that?
Yeah.
Like, all right.
And then he has trouble reading it. The best way is like the.
He's like, it's a tough one, and he starts reading it, and he's just like, a benefit for snow owls. And he's like, that's it. Come on, Cinderella, we gotta get you ready for the ball.
And then to the montage of Pretty Woman.
Basically, yes.
Gets Lloyd ready. Montage of different outfits. His comically large toenails being completely can't file
sanded
them down,
off,
so they have to be sanded off with the sparks and everything.
Like big, massive amounts of hair comes out of their nose, and
they get their
haircuts, and it's all
permed,
pretty,
and then they mess it up again.
Lloyd's getting shaved, and he pretends that he cut his throat, and he's bleeding all over the place, and causes the guy shaving him to have a heart attack.
Harry starts to massage the masseuse in her outfit, and she's cool with it.
How did that come about? I want a whole movie based on that conversation.
Yeah.
Like, how did that fucking happen?
Like, he got her naked on a table and was massaging her.
And she seemed into it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, and like, I'm like, also, how is, like, because he's got the fucking FBI agent, we eventually find out FBI agent, and this chick, like, Harry's a fucking, and then fucking Mary. Harry's a fucking player.
Yeah.
Like, I want the movie of Harry getting the ladies, because that seems like the move here.
I don't know how that woman broke his heart in high school. He seems like a ladies' man. He seems like
he's got the thing. Like, why would she leave him for Lloyd?
And then we get the suits.
Yeah.
And anyone who knows this movie knows what I mean by the suits.
Mm-hmm. The fact that you didn't get married in one of these suits is actually surprising to me.
Oh, I thought about it.
I'm guessing your wife vetoed this.
I'm sure she would have. That's why I never brought it up, because I'm like, I wish I could. In my heart of hearts, I wanted to walk down that aisle in a bright orange suit. Mm-hmm. But no. She's got family here. I can't.
It's true.
Trust me, sir. She knew she was marrying a cartoon person from Jump.
Yes.
I didn't want to then up it by wearing the orange suit on our wedding day. I do enough cartoon stuff on a daily basis.
To be fair, I myself have a bright purple suit, and I'm probably getting married in that.
Fair. They have a fucking sword fight and smacks each other with it. Mm-hmm. They throw the top hats around.
Like you do.
Hey, fellas. It's Nicholas, by the way,
too,
stopping
and he
them
just
at the door.
Goes,
like, this is a $500 plate. I'm like, I'll put us down for $4.
I do like the way he actually says it. He even just fucking tells him to get the fuck out, because he literally goes, gentlemen, this is a $500, I think, plate. Good night. I was like, wow, that's amazing.
We're going to have to pause. Sorry.
For 1 second. So, sorry, we're back. So Nicholas basically, they immediately go over to, and they say something that I'm like, oh, this is my new way to describe booze. Let's go over and get some loudmouth soup.
Yep.
Like, I never heard or never noticed that before. I'm using that.
Also, when they walk by, it's like, we need to be as professional and as... And then, what does he say? We need to be like adult and professional. As, look at the tatas on that hose hound.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus.
I'd like to eat her. I'd like to eat her kidney with some fava beans and a bottle of Chianti.
Like, okay.
Which, by the way, again, I think was ad-libbed by the two of them.
Yeah.
So they get their drinks, and then he sees her, and he's like, we should go, Well,
this is after they introduce the snow owls.
Right. And
I think this, 1/7 of the population of snow owls is in this room, and then they show 2 of them.
Yeah. And he goes, okay, well, go over there and talk to her, and he's too nervous, he can't do it. So he's like...
So you do what you do in elementary school.
Yeah, it's like, you go over there and talk her up. Talk me up
to her.
Like, I don't want to do that. He's like, come on, Harry. Like, you just do it. And it's like, all right, fine. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna stand here and send out the vibe.
And the vibe, apparently, is him lounging around kind of pointing his crotch at people.
He says it with a great fucking line. He's like, just make sure you tell her I'm really cool and I have a rapist wit.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Genius. Anyway.
So he goes to chat her up.
Mm-hmm. And then he immediately is just like, nice set of hooters you got there.
Yep, that's his opening line.
Excuse me? The owls. They're beautiful. Oh, yes, I guess so. Are you a bird lover yourself? He's like, yeah, but I used to have a parakeet, but he died. I mostly deal with canines now. Dogs, to the labors.
She's like, oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I like dogs, too. And then, her fucking drunk mother, stepmom walks by, and I'm like, this character was... Because we saw her in the previous scene. Mm-hmm. She seemed pretty level in that scene.
Yeah, it's a little odd that she's, like, now a drunk.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems to come out of nowhere that she's a drunk.
She's just really like, weird. Oh, Mary, you should really go out with him. Mm-hmm. Now, knowing what we know at the end of this film... Mm-hmm. None of this makes sense.
Why should she be going out with him when she is clearly married?
Yeah, none of this makes sense.
At no point does this chick ever say that she's married. Also, is she not wearing a ring?
I never looked at her hands.
I mean, not everybody wears a ring all the time. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, but like, you would think that if she's going on a date with somebody, she'd be like, oh yeah, by the way, I have a husband. She could literally just be like, I have a husband, but he's away right now. Because
he gets back, he sets the date.
They set up a date to go skiing because, like, well, to be fair, the mother just sort of sets it up as, like, she needs somebody to go skiing with because nobody will go with her. But she never says it. It's more Mary that I'm annoyed with.
Yeah.
And then he just sort of goes, okay, yeah, sure, I guess. And I don't know what his plan was then.
No.
But
because he goes back to Lloyd, I got you a date tomorrow.
He's like, why didn't you bring her over? I got you a date, you're set. He's like, oh man, Harry, you're gonna be the best man at the wedding. You're going to be right yourself at the front of the table. And then he pops the champagne because he got that little bit of the bubbly. Mm-hmm. And then he kills one of the snow owls. Mm-hmm. He kills it dead. Yeah.
And nobody sees that it was him.
Yeah, and they're just like, and they weren't paying attention, so they're just like, wow, this party really died.
Although we cut back to Nicholas and later on, and they're just like, we killed one of his birds, so we killed one of ours. I'm like,
these guys are professionals. Yeah. Like, again, because that's what she thinks, right?
He assassinated an owl. Mm-hmm. So Harry lies to Lloyd. Yes. Tells him, oh, you meet her at the bar, 10 a.m. sharp.
Well, he doesn't say 10 a.m., he says 10.
Yeah, he says 10.
And he's just like, I'm going to go out to... hit the slopes. This is another, I think, extended scene, because I don't remember ever hearing about the fucking, them talking about the outfit he's wearing.
Yeah. He's like, you're not going to wear that outside, are you?
Yeah, because he's wearing a spandex fucking ski suit.
Because then he says, maybe I will change, but he doesn't.
No, well, he does. He puts shorts on.
Oh, he puts shorts on.
He puts shorts on.
And then he shows up to meet Mary in full thing. Yeah. With some sort of, like, He-Man bad guy helmet on. Like, it looks... like, I don't know. I want the helmet because it looks cool.
Yeah. But it is
some sort of like juggernaut. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's a montage of just not yet. No, sorry, but he knocks over the fucking entire ski rack.
Oh, he's got in the back. Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, everything was intact.
Yeah.
It literally just kind of fell over, so all intact. You could just lift it up
right back
intact.
Up, and you're all good. But that's cool.
I do like fucking Lloyd comes down in his cowboy hat, his fringed gloves, his jacket, and the bellman's like, oh. Capital outfit,
and he like sort of goes to like draw, like draw with guns, but it's actually money.
And the doorman's like, thank you. Very good. Like, I want to see more of their interaction with this guy because every interaction they have with this guy, seems like they're having fun with him, and he's having fun with them. Yeah, he's like kind of cool with their buffoonery. I mean, it helps that he's
if you're giving me fucking 50, 60, $100 every time,
you see me,
I'm loving you.
I love
your buffoonery. I mean, in all fauress, I like buffoonery anyway, so I'm just like,
this guy's supposed to be some sort of like stuck-up British person or fancy man. And then we get a montage of Harry and Mary on a date after we do the Christmas story of it all, where he gets his
tongue stuck to the pole, like the side of the ski lift. Yeah. And I do like that she just sort of leaves him there.
And then he goes back around. We see some kids, and he's like,
"Hey kid, you wouldn't happen to have a cup of warm water, would you?" And
then we cut to him, and then
Mary
we're finding, you're
down.
Still here.
Yeah.
Like, guess where do you think he was?
It was really weird.
pulls his head off, and then comedically long tongue.
Mm-hmm.
More comedic, I guess, than Christmas Story.
Yeah, and then we get the montage where
they
build
like
a snowman,
and then
she hands him the coal and the carrots, and he of course thinks they're cock and balls, so he does that, and then she's just like, "Oh, you." Again, she's clearly flirting with him.
Yep.
And you're married, lady. Like, where is your fucking... Where are you referencing the fact that you have a husband?
They have a playful snowball fight that turns violent.
Yes, because he doesn't get what's going on.
And then they wrestle. And then he gets up and he's literally like, dukes
come
up
on,
like...
Come on.
And then they laugh.
She starts smiling, and I'm like, I wouldn't be smiling at this. I'd be like, well, he's clearly a crazy person, so he starts laughing, going, what am I doing?
And they just have a wonderful time.
Yeah, and...
Where Lloyd is getting drunk at the bar.
Lloyd is drunk.
Mad.
Lloyd's getting drunk at the bar. This is, again, one of my favorite... Jim Carrey has a lot of great lines in this. Where the lady from the gas station shows up at the bar. Beth. And he's like, he's just getting drunk, and like, she's just like, "Hi, how are you?" And he's like, "Whatever." And
tells her life story,
and then
gives her a raspberry.
She starts talking, and he's clearly annoyed, and he's got his head exactly. He's got his head down, and she's like, "And would you believe what he said?" And he goes, "No, and I don't care." And then she says it, and he just goes, "Bartender. Do you know Mary Swanson?" "Yeah, she comes in here all the time." And he grabs her. "What is that supposed to mean?" "She has dinner." "Oh, okay."
What did he think he meant?
I have no idea. And then
like she's a lush.
She's a whore.
She throws herself all over this bar. No, like she just comes in for dinner with her family.
And then he goes, "Well, do you know where she lives?" Like, "Yeah, the big house over there." He goes, "Oh, okay." And then he leaves. And as he's leaving, this is what we referenced earlier, he notices that there's been a picture on the wall that says, like, "Man landed on the moon."
Why do they have that framed?
Because, I don't know, Peter Farrelly liked it.
Okay.
Because that was there.
I'm just like, I don't know, that happened
Because that bar, that actual bar, kept it there. They didn't have it there. It was there. It was there for the production, and then he kept it there. And then Jim Carrey, of course, sees it and just goes, "No way!" And then he walks in and goes, "We landed on the moon!"
Because Jim Carrey's crazy.
Yeah.
So
this is where he goes to the house and
catches Harry leaving.
Off. Yeah.
But so he lets her off at her house, drops her off. I mean, she gives him a peck on the cheek,
and they've made a date for tonight.
Yeah, we'll do a date tonight or whatever, tomorrow night or whatever.
Yeah. And
now, I don't know.
At some point, you have to say you're married.
I'll be honest, full disclosure, I've never really gone out with a girl platonically like this.
And you're the one who's fucking married.
But
I've done this.
But this is what I mean.
I've done this, but if it's with somebody who is in a relationship, it is firmly established. Now, mind you, I've never been out on a platonic date like this with somebody I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've gone out to movies and shit like that with girls where it's very platonic and shit like that, but if it's usually clearly stated, "Hey, I'm with somebody." It's never been like, random person I've never met, let's go on a date, but it's not really a date. I don't think that happens. That's what I mean. That does not happen. And again,
she never lets on that she's married.
No.
So Lloyd gives Harry. He's like, "Oh, I thought you meant it was 10 p.m. Why would you go to a bar at 10 a.m.?
I just thought she was a raging alcoholic."
Because he knows, right?
Yeah.
So he knows he's got a date, and that's what he's getting ready for. Harry's getting ready for the date.
Yeah.
And as he's in the washroom, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fix
Harry.
him.
You're a regular guy." And then he pulls out a bottle of
Turbolax.
Liquid Turbolax, which I don't think there is liquid laxative, but apparently there is. I could be wrong. I've never had to take a laxative before. And then of course he does the commercial where it's like half a teaspoon for fast, effective relief, and then he pours half the bottle in it.
And then he drinks it, and then he leaves.
And then cut to Harry driving there. And then...
Oh, that's weird.
Well, that's not a feeling I want. And
gets the Marys. She lets him in. Takes out, like, "Okay, I'm just getting ready. Show yourself around or whatever." Violently tries to look for a bathroom. Finds one. Has comedic diarrhea.
Yes.
With sound effects and all.
Which is what Jeff Daniels was most embarrassed by.
I'm sure.
That scene.
I'm sure.
He was afraid that was going to be his Oscar clip.
I'm sure. And I hope you're not using the bathroom in there. The toilet's broken.
Dun, dun, dun.
He's like, "No, I'm shaving.
I thought it would save time."
Yeah, okay. I'll be just in the kitchen when you're done.
I mean, is it that embarrassing?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've never been in this situation.
I mean, well, it's like, because he looks at it, he's like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Because if it was just whatever, a regular poop, it'd be
wouldn't
like,
be
well,
that big a
I'm
deal.
sorry, I didn't know.
But I'm sure he wrecked that toilet.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's because
it.
he destroyed it.
Yeah, he wrecked it.
And then she comes back after Lloyd shows up.